Now it's time for the sixth and final episode where Billananra tells his story, How I Slayed the Dragon. Episode 6, Inner Strength.
Hi guys, so as I was telling you last time, I was loving life in Cat D, but due to an unfortunate incident, I was bounced out, and unjustly in my opinion. I had to spend that weekend in a local Cat B before going to Cat C. By the time I arrived at Cat C, it had been a hectic 4 or 5 days, as you can imagine. Suddenly, everything changed and it was a big hassle, but I had to deal with it and take one moment at a time. At the reception, I had 3 massive bags with all my stuff in a right mess. They'd just thrown all my things together with no care and attention. Luckily at the time, I had the foresight to pack my Xbox properly myself. As it would happen, the house block I was moving to was right at the other end of the prison. At least my traps got a good workout. As I walked up, I was thinking, I hope I get a solid pad mate. As it happened, I was padded up with a guy called Ali, and he would be out 7 days before me. So it was perfect, because as I've told you guys before, getting on with your celly can make or break your prison time. So anyway, we were in a similar headspace, which made things a lot easier, as you can imagine. I was lucky to be on the nicest house block, with great neighbours either side. Ali had already been there 10 months, so he had it all boxed off, and knew all the main people, the guys in all the good jobs. And he had a good relationship with all of them. So I was on the fast track to getting to know who the laundry, library guy was, and the barber, etc. Ali was a professional boxer, a real stand-up guy with a heart of gold for those in his circle. He didn't look for trouble and had nothing to prove, but he knew how to carry himself. And I'm still in touch with him today. So there I was in Cat C, chilling and trying to make the most of the situation when Corona hit. I had obviously been watching the news and was aware of the pandemic that started in China, from a little bat soup as reported at the time, if I remember correctly. It had swept across Europe and into the UK. I never expected the impact it would have on me and the 80,000 plus prisoner population. We were already on lockdown and things were about to get worse, as you guys know. I don't know how it was in your prison that morning after Boris Johnson's announcement of lockdown, but for us, we were told we were going on a different regime. We were all banged up with all visits, work, education suspended and other restrictions, including kiosks being shut down, limited healthcare, no gym. Even God was on lockdown, there was no chaplaincy. Welcome to 23-hour bang up. It was a regime that would last till my release. It meant too, there were no classes and no pep sessions to facilitate. But it was now I realised how much I got from the course. I felt I was carrying some understanding with me from all that good stuff I'd listened to on the pep. I'd brought away something that helped me through. No matter what happened to me, I had hope. I'd been made aware of some strength that I felt inside me that could help me cope with any situation, and my cellie, Ali, picked up on it. He was open-minded, and me talking about it seemed to inspire him. In turn, I must say that inspiration came back to me from him, and we developed an incredibly positive regime within our cell right up until the time we both got out. Looking back, it seemed like a miracle that we got out in a much better state, both mentally and physically, than when we went in. We felt a sense of well-being that went through the roof. I realise now that how you feel inside yourself is the main thing. But there were other things that helped us with 23-hour bang up. We had an Xbox, a DVD player and a wealth of box sets and movies. I watched Breaking Bad, Boardwalk Empire and Sons of Anarchy to mention a few. But you soon go through them. It passed the time, but we were still in prison. The prison also arranged a DVD channel and we had a DVD club, a blockbuster on the wing. It was better than nothing. But as you guys know, routine is key. So Ali and I started to get busy and do pad workouts and circuits on the yard, including the beloved prison staple of burpees. With Ali's background, I couldn't have had a better training partner. We had a proper routine and sorted out a diet of tuna, mackerel, fruit and protein shakes. No bread, rice, pasta. We cut out the carbs. Every day we'd work on a different body part. Sundays would kill me off doing commandos, the handstand press-ups. They were on another level. I remember I couldn't even do one press-up at first. 6 months later I could knock out 100 plus, no problems. I was sprinting on the yard, and then when they opened the sports field, I did a 5k run every Saturday. All that exercise really helped me, not just in a physical sense but mentally too. It gave me an inner strength to deal with the lockdown. In just 1 hour of soch, it was really hard to do everything you'd like to, but you learn to adapt and get on with it. One good thing the prison started was to give us all a £5 in phone credit each week. I suppose it was their way of trying to make up for the lack of visits and a way to talk to friends and family. And it was good chatting to my family a bit more, and I spoke to the PEP team, and they were able to send me some written materials to keep me and my padmate going. I also had a few books including Art of War, The 48 Laws of Power, and Unsolved Crimes of Biggie and Tupac, so I had plenty of things to do. As you guys might know, you can't really do social distancing properly in prisons. As far as I was concerned, I was in the safest place for corona. I'd been locked up nearly 2 years, but sure enough cases of corona started to spring up and they had to isolate people at the end of the wing. It was a bit worrying, and I know prisons are the last place where you want to catch anything, let alone COVID-19. The night before my release came, and I gave all my things away to the lads. I can't say I was going out too much, but I felt I had the most important thing. I had myself back, and on point. The future seemed rosy. Looking back now, the journey was just as important as the destination. I definitely had my ups and downs, but I'm especially proud of getting clean and staying clean. I'd never get back on gear. During my prison time, I was able to push myself and become a prison mentor. I'm also thankful I came across the Peace Education Programme, the PEP, which gave me the strength when I had none. I was able to rebuild family ties and get my health and fitness back. If there's one thing I could say to you that might help, it would be to invest in yourself and find out who you are. I've learnt the power to change is within us all. That's what I discovered for myself. I hope you enjoyed listening to my story, and I hope something I've said might help you a little in some way. If you have any thoughts or questions or want more information, please write to NPR quoting reference PEP, and I will do my best to get back in touch with you as soon as I can. Thank you guys. Take care.